Italian word of the day for today, Friday, 6th February 2026, is Amichevole, which translates to English as neighborly. And neighborly, per my experience, tends to have a connotation or stigma of kind of being friendly. And so a neighbor is in one's residence, the next unit over, be it a house, an apartment, depending on, when I lived in I lived in a sorority. We had a bunk room with like 14 beds in it, and a room with dressers with 6. So that'd be like neighborly would, I guess, technically be the person who had the dresser next to me or the bunk above me, or that kind of thing. So who is a neighbor in that sense is variable, but somebody who acts like a good neighbor, I think, would be called neighborly. Although I think sometimes to get rid of the positive one, it could say it's a familiarity kind of thing. So there's interacting in a neighborly fashion can just mean interacting with familiarity and kind of a lived with sense, or live in close physical proximity to. So while the person may not be family, they might be family, but they may not be, there's a bit of, because there's high frequency or close proximity, physical proximity interactions, there's a bit of, it takes, because it's essentially, you get to see all the aspects of a person, kind of thing. And so it takes effort to interact and so there's a familiarity. A person who's neighborly is interacting and kind of being cognizant of this person, because we live next to each other. They might not be having a good day. They might be having a good day. They might not be having a good day. We're catching them at any point of their life, as opposed to like a controlled work environment or a controlled travel, shop or something like that. And so I was like, oh, where's one where people could develop a neighborly feel, or something that still kind of has a lasting, maybe neighborly feel to it. And I think one before my lifetime, I was born approximately in 1993, was at Woodstock. And so I was like, one maybe projecting towards the future would be, do widespread protests in the United States of America become the next Woodstock? They kind of become neighborly. The people who attend those kind of become familiar with each other, especially if they go enough. That kind of thing. So in English is neighborly, in Italian as amichevole.